tampon pour la carte ce matin. Je pourrais pas noter plus que ça. Ok, je vais me débrouiller. Organisation bordélique. Ouais, c'est ça. J'ai tout tendu. Je vais faire la bulle. Attends, je vais faire la bulle après. Non, il n'y a pas la bulle. Il y a du nuage. Ouais, ça va le faire, ça va le faire. Ouais, mais j'ai déjà trouvé des trucs. Moi, c'est bon.
Moi c'est bon. Alors j'ai une question.
Quelle une? Pour la bulle?
C'est bien avec le pied que vous faites la bulle? Camille, t'en penses quoi? Ok. Ouais.
Ok. Ouh. Vas-y ou pas? Elle est verte? Elle est verte? Je sais pas, c'est pas ta copine. Ah, ouais, mais il y a... C'est orageux un peu du côté de laquelle... on...
Tuscany and the wonderful Mugello circuit for race 2 of the Ligier Cup coming up very shortly. In our opening race of the weekend, race number 1, just a few hours ago, around about lunchtime at local time. Sébastien Loeb, the Swede driver who has, let's be honest, been dominant so far this season, took his 7th win from 6 races. Sorry, 6th win from 7 races. That's much better maths. The time he didn't win was race 1 at mythical in round 2 last month. Picked up a 2nd place behind Enzo Reich, who's not here this weekend. But Sébastien Loeb has continued the trend. He has been on pole for 8 occasions, okay? 8 times he's qualified on pole. Of course, there's been 9 races so far, 6 races so far, 3 this weekend. And in the qualifying process, you get qualifying for race 1 and 2. Qualifying on race 3 is a result of race number 1, sorry. So that's not a qualifying lap as such, but every single time, what I'm trying to say is that when there's been qualifying on the line, Sébastien Loeb has been number 1, and he's crossed the finish line so far 7 times, and he's been in pole or first position 6 of those. Wonderful look down the start finish straight off the Mugello circuit here. So we're getting underway in around about 5 minutes time. We're gonna have a quick look through the results from race number 1. Just get notified, 3 minutes to the start of our formation lap. It is around about 4 o'clock local time. So Sébastien Loeb took the win just after lunch today for Winfield Racing. And Eros Giannani for DCB Navali by Formula. I'm going to say it, he's come from nowhere. Because in the first 6 races of this season, 2 retirements, 1 DNS, 2 5th places, 1 6th place. Has not broken into the top 4 yet through 6 races this season. But, and it's a big one, in qualifying, 2nd behind Sébastien Loeb for both race 1 and 2. He's finished 2nd in race number 1, and he's on the front row with Stepan for race number 2. It's an incredible turnaround in round 3 this weekend. We got some lights for you. This is not the race starting. This is the formation lap we're going to do. It's about 1 minute away. Elsewhere in race number 1, Alexandre Lima picked up 3rd position, 3rd step of the podium. And for him, again, a massive step up. He didn't take part in round 1, did take part in round 2, so 3 races under his belt, a 9th, a 7th, a 10th, and now he's a podium sitter. It's quite remarkable. It's a big, big turnaround. There were big gaps, I must say, between the top 3. Sébastien Loeb winning by 14.3 seconds. Alexandre Lima another 17 seconds back. But the race for 3rd was incredibly exciting. It was Frédéric Boileau in 4th place and Craig McClatchy in 5th. So let's pick up on Boileau very quickly. He did take part in all 6 races so far in round 1 and 2, yet to break into the top 5 until, you guessed it, this lunchtime. Can you believe it? Craig McClatchy for Winfield Racing, the Australian, so far this season, 3 retirements, a 9th, an 8th and a 7th. He's in 5th. So Sébastien Loeb is maintaining number 1, number 1, number 1. But behind him, a lot of guys who have had a really, I'm going to say they have struggled so far this season, have come to the fore at Mugello in round number 3. So congratulations to them. Will we see anybody challenge Loeb for the win? Got to be honest, looks unlikely. Also got to be honest with you, this weekend I'm struggling with a bit of a cough, a little bit under the weather. So if you hear me go mute on a really exciting bit, it's because I'm coughing in the background. I'll try and make sure you do not hear that. Okay? Right, cars going round on our formation lap. One other story to bring you from race number one. This lunchtime. I'm going to keep saying this morning, aren't I? Laurent Fresnay initially finished in 7th place in the car number 66 for Race Motorsport. One of 5, let me get that right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars they've got this weekend. Originally finished in 7th across the line, but just spotted a little while ago that he has been disqualified for race 1, and the infringement was weight of the car, so a little bit light as we cross the finish line, which of course is against them rules. So on the grid then, which you've not had a quick look at yet, Stepan Suslov, no surprises, number 1, alongside him Eros Giannani for DCB Navali by Formula Motorsport. Wanted to get the name right. Row 2, Alexandra Lima and Frederick Buello. On row number 3, Alan Orinsky-Himsani and Craig McClatchy. Gilles Despierre and Laurent Francais on the 4th row, and on the back row, row 5, William Chandin and Michael Renevon. Right, they're going to race up to the right hand of turn 1, which is San Donato. The chicane of Luca and Pescio Secco. And we'll read you around as we go around lap number 1 of race 2 at Mugello this weekend. Stepan Suslov on the front row in the number 1 spot. Behind him, Eros Giannani. That is how they finished this morning. Alexandra Lima and Frederick Boileau in 3rd and 4th. And away we go, race 2 at Mugello, round number 3 of the Hoosier Formula Cup weekend is underway. The cars disappear, they reappear once again, and storming away at the front, trailing behind 2. There's no changes in the early first corner. Big right-hander again, round San Donato. The logo left and right through Luca and Pescio Secco. And all away, which is always a good sign in Hoosier Formula Cup. With just 10 cars, we don't want anybody left behind, and no incidents on the first couple of corners. So we are all good. And it's Frederick Boileau who's moved from 4th to 2nd on the opening few corners. Stepan Suslov, no hard challenges in the opening part of lap number 1. He did pull away by 15 seconds at the end of race 1. But great work by Frederick Boileau from the 2nd row up alongside to Stepan Suslov, who's overtaken Alexandra Lima and Eros Giannani. Boileau, one of our 5 race motorsport entrants. This is a 20-minute race. So we're going to see around about 11 laps-ish. Wonderful move into second place for Eros Giannani. And now the race is on. There's a gap at the front. Stepan Suslov is getting away. And he's the type of driver in the type of form this season where he will not be looking back. Eros Giannani looking to put a little bit of a gap on those behind him. Boileau in the number 4, Lima in the 77. Reverse that order, and that's what the finishing was just a few hours ago. Lima on the podium by 1.9 seconds over Boileau. So Boileau will look to return that favour. Confirmation of that 5-second penalty for Alexandre Lima, which is really going to hurt his chances of that podium, isn't it? Because less than 5 seconds behind him, you've also got Alan Orinsky-Hamsani in the 21 and Craig McClatchy in the 10. So at the moment, that would put Lima down to 6th place, that penalty. Just over a 4-second lead to Eros Giannani. And you get the sense that this is the race we're going to be watching for the rest, the next 13 minutes. Giannani, Frederic Boileau, Alexandre Lima. But on screen, that is the race for 3rd. Lima likely will know that he's got that penalty. That little trio behind. That's being led by Gilles Depere. Depere, 6th place earlier on this morning. There were there's one non-starter. So it's nice to see Michel Renavond in the number 25, although running at the back. A non-starter, the gentleman driver for Race Motorsport. And Orinsky-Hamsani in the 21, he was a non-classified finisher. And didn't actually manage to finish the first lap. Did get it to the start, but didn't get back to the make it 1 lap round, sadly. And the other did cross the line, Laurent Francais, but later DQ'd, being under weight limit. That is the race for 3rd. Being led by Boileau, being chased by Lima. And then the race for 5th and 6th, which is Alan Horinsky-Hamsani and Craig McClatchy. So 2 races on track. Well, let's say 3 actually, because behind these 2 pairs, and let's not forget Eros Giannani, who is racing on his own halfway between Alida Suslov and the pair battling for 3rd position. Behind these 2 separate pairs, we've got the trio of drivers. You've got Gilles Depere in the 18. In the 6, you got William Chardin. And the 66, Laurent Francais. Oh, bit of a lock-up. Craig McClatchy looking at his options and decided that maybe wasn't the best one at this time. So McClatchy's improved performance so far this weekend, based on his season thus far. Broken to the top 5. Nearly said 6, top 5 earlier today. Up until this morning, he'd never broken into the top 6. And 3 retirements. We need less of that and more of these great finishes. Having a look around the outside is Alexandre Lima. On the tail of Frédéric Boileau. Just going up to halfway. Stepan Suslov's away. Giannani is away in second. And Stepan Suslov is not putting much time on Giannani right now. They are 4.6 seconds separating them. But Giannani has actually got the fastest time, best lap time on his last lap, 1:48.618, which is just a tad slower than the fastest lap set by Stepan Suslov in race number 1. It was a 1:48.54. We've not seen much of him, but Michel Renavant is racing round at the back in the 25. He will pick up points if he finishes in 10th position. And they come on once again to the ever so long start-finish straight. Or I should say, yeah, Suslov is. The guys are just coming through. Biandetti and Busin, turns 13, 14. And now they will come back onto this start-finish straight. It'll be 6 laps completed. So I thought we might get 11 in, it might be 10. Depends when they cross the start-finish line. And Suslov has put half a second into Giannani on lap number 6. 5.3 between the top guys now. Boileau, Lima, Arinsky and Sami, McClatchy, and then the trio finishing there. 6th lap, Despierre, Fresnay and Chardin. Shortly, Michel Renavant. So our battle for 3rd, no changes, Boileau and Lima. They started this race on the 2nd row together. And that's the race for 5th and 6th. Craig McClatchy and Alan Arinsky-Massani. Again, no changes in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Oh, looks on the outside then, the inside gets ever so close. All in his mirrors. That's the right left-hander of Materazzi, Pagliaseco, and officially sector 2 when it was Formula 1 circuit. What is going to be the difference between these two? Big move down to the outside. On goes Lima. Can he get it done? On Frédéric Boileau. Yes, he can. Alexandre Lima. What a move. Six and a half minutes remaining. I doubt there is going to be much distance gained by Lima. Frédéric Boileau is now the chaser and not the chased. .7 seconds between our leaders, Stepan Suslov to Eros Giannani, and then 16 seconds back to the rest of the field, and that is what we're watching and enjoying. Oh my word, he has moved away. And was that a bit of a wiggle from Frédéric Boileau? The car didn't look particularly comfortable coming over that crest. Here's that race for 5th and 6th. Alan Horinsky-Samsani in the front in the 21. Craig McClatchy, the Australian, in the 10. Very similar battle to Bollo and Lima. Having a really good look around the outside, but there's not going to be enough space. Moves to the inside. Almost. 5 minutes remaining of R20. And I tell you what, Alexandre Lima, the Mexican, has got away. He's got a 5-second penalty, remember. If he can lead out 5 seconds over Frederic Boileau, he will retain third position and third step on the podium. Didn't think it was possible as McClatchy goes for a look around the outside, goes the long way. Oh my word, what a move by the Australian. That is absolutely fantastic. Another driver who has come alive at Mugello. He waited ever so patiently to get past the Mexican Arinsky Hamsani. And then he made his move and got it done. That is wonderful racing. And that is going backwards. Oh my God, I thought there was issues. When Lima got past Boileau, his car just didn't look right. And now he is driving in reverse almost. That's a real shame. And I wonder if that issue is what helped Alexandre Lima get away. Because if Arinsky and McClatchy maintain the same distance between themselves and Lima now in third, that will tell us a bit of a story. Yellow flag at turn 10. That's Scarperia. Now, I can see that Michel Renavon, the 25, has just gone through Scarperia turn 10. And seems to be okay. Oh no, it's Craig McClatchy. Oh, Craig, you just made your best move of the season. And we've got a safety car. That'll be race over. Oh, that's such a shame. Running off the adrenaline of potentially his best move and his best finish of the season. Craig McClatchy spins it out into the gravel, brings out the safety car. And this race will finish under safety car. Well, desperately disappointing. And after 8 races, McClatchy will have 4 retirements. And a best finish of 5th, which he achieved this morning. And he's only 3 seconds off a podium finish earlier on today. So it is a given now that this race will finish under safety car conditions, as the lap time at racing pace is 1:48 under a safety car. Well, it's going to be about 2.5 minutes, I imagine. And I can't see them getting that car of the Australian at the gravel within 1 lap. And if he went to 0 and had 1 more on, that safety car is staying out, unfortunately. So I'm going to call it now. Unofficially, provisionally, Stepan Suslov takes his 7th win from 8 races this season. Eros Ionani gets his second place of the season. Where has he come from? Eros Ionani, the Frenchman, Utterly, utterly magnificent in Mugello. Now, the real painful factor here, because Alex Lima, forgive me, who made a wonderful move around Alan Arinsky-Amsani and was pulling away, let's be honest, pulling away 5-second penalty to serve. And that is going to knock him down from third to potentially maybe back of the pack, maybe ninth, because Michel Renevond is still half a lap behind these guys, despite being behind the safety car for a minute and a half now. So if he can get to the back of the pack, which he's not going to, it would have put Lima in 10th instead. It might knock him down to, well, there's a bit of a gap. Oh no, they've bunched up. Now on the map track, they look a bit further apart. But that is going to knock him down from third to ninth. Ouch. He'll be gutted because he had put at least 4 seconds into fourth place by the time he got the safety car. Gutting. McClatchy stranded in the gravel. Just have to give them a wave as they pass. Sorry, boys. My error, in an Australian accent. So 4 nationalities in the top 4. Suslov, the Swede, Shinani, the Frenchman, Lima, the Portuguese, and Arinsky-Amsani, the Mexican. And of course, you've spotted maybe my error, that Lima will go down to 8th position, not 9th, because Craig McClatchy is a non-finisher, of course. Come on. I'll tell you what, I've been at Goodwood today, Festival of Speed, in the sun. It's been absolutely baking hot. I think it's just got to my head slightly. So we'll cross the line under the safety car. And Stepan Suslov will once again reign supreme. I don't want to say it's his season to lose, but it is his season to lose. Come on, folks. The consistency is absolutely frightening. And if there were ever a dominant leader in a championship in Europe right now, you would say it is Stepan Suslov. Because second in the table with 4 podiums, Alexei Stolskin, not racing this weekend, and that was his closest competitor. And neither is Martin Stoyanov, who is in third. So there you got your official checkered flag has come down. Suslov takes the win. Shinani gets his second place of the day. Congratulations. And Arinsky-Amsani is promoted into third from fourth. Alexandra Lima, in fact, due to the length of the train behind the safety car, actually picks up a 6th place. That feels like a bit of a bonus. And he did that by less than 1/10 of a second. Over, if Laurent Fresnay just was a little bit closer behind the tail of Gilles Depere, he would have picked up 6th place, not 7th. He wouldn't know that. Here's your results then. Stepan Suslov takes the win. It would have been by about 15 seconds. It's just by 1.5, finishing under the safety car. Shinani, second podium of the weekend, second place. And Lima, who crossed the finish line in third, will not finish third. He's been knocked down to 6th. It will be the man in 4th there, Alan Arinsky-Amsani, who picks up 3rd place. He will be on the podium with the Swede and the Frenchman. Back of the pack, Craig McClatchy, after his best move of the, I'm calling it best move of the season, going for his best finish of the season, sadly spins out down to 10th. Promotes Michel Renevond from the last place on the grid to 9th. And that is your race 2 at Mugello for the Hoosier Formula Cup. Swede reigning supreme, Stepan Suslov. Suffolk wins from 8 races so far this year. Julian Neal is not here for round 3. And neither is Reinhold. So it's, I would say, looking great for David Febvre, but he's starting right at the back, 15th out of 15. There were actually 3 cars that did not set a time. That was David Febvre, Frenchman, Roberto Sistini, Italian, for the DNC racing team, and then Aramis for SR&R. 3 cars did not set a time, which leaves us on the front row with Vincent Iogna for KRT, Pascal Chaboso for Vortex. Second row, Stefano Inama for DNC Racing. And I'm going to try and get this right. Joining him on row 2 in 4th place for Graf Racing, Ismail Akhmedokhtiev in the 797, his first round of the championship. Row 3, Giacomo D'Amato, SR&R, that's a 2-man team, and Tanguy Febvre for CKCT Motorsport. They are your first 3 rows of the grid. So on the first 3 rows, only 1 man inside the top 3 in the championship. It is Febvre. Then we have Lyle Schofield for SR&R. Maurizio Fondi, teammate for SR&R. They've got 5 cars in this, by the way. Then Gregoire Benedet for FI Competizione and Pierre Aru for Herrero Racing. Row number 6 is Rehan Hakim for SR&R and Matthias Durand for Racing Technology. And the 3 cars behind then, Aramis, Sistini and Febvre, no time. But we'll start from the back. So this is going to be, I'm going to make a prediction here, okay? Great race for David Febvre. What a lot of fun he's going to have. He's possibly the fastest car on the grid in the Huracan GT3. Expect to see him middle of the pack, if not better, by the end of lap 1. Are we really going to have 1, 2, at least 2 cars not starting? So it looks like potentially Ismail Akhmedokhtiev is not there. This would be a real shame. And is it Pierre Aru not starting from 10th? Hard to see in this haze. So, unfortunately, looks like out of 15 qualifiers, we might only get 13 racing. Hard to tell. When you have the view straight down the grid lane, the start-finish straight, I should say, sometimes difficult to count. Is there 4 on the left? And have we only got 9 starters? Count with me, folks. We're not counting the safety car or the pace car. Oh no, 6 on the right. 4 on the left. 10 starters from 15 qualifiers. Right, let me work this out. I'll do my best for you. So leading the way, in the KRT, Vincent Iogna. In the Mercedes AMG GT3, can't miss it. And then I will try and let you know who's not started, unfortunately. Shame that. Well, it's better than the 7 we had in Magny-Cours just a month ago. So black Mercedes at the front, Vincent Iogna, the number 2, his first round of the championship. And in second is Pascal Chaboso, the 23. In the Vortex, he's definitely here. We saw him earlier. Should be Stefano Inama in the Ferrari 296 Challenge. 212, that's Tanguy Febvre, 3rd in the championship in the CKCT Motorsport team. Just seeing who's coming through sector 1. or who's not coming through Sector 1. Safety car coming in this lap, as you can imagine. We will go racing with a reduced field. I will try and do some journalistic research and find out what's happened. More than just a DNS. We'll try and find out why. We'll go racing though. Vincent Ogner on pole, first round of the championship. At the back of the pack, David Fevre. But championship leader, 3 wins from 4 races. They're going to go, and Pelagio, Corencio, Bondetti 1 and 2. They'll come back towards the start-finish line. That's quite a good example on that picture there of how hilly this course is. 5.245 kilometres. We have a green flag and we will go racing lights out. Vincent Ogner, first round of the championship of the Mercedes-AMG GT3, gets us rolling and away. Round 3 at MUGELLO of the GT Sprint Cup. Behind him, Pascal Chaboso in the one and only Vortex on the grid. And Ogner gets away cleanly. So let's find out who's not racing. No Stefano Inarma, no Roberto Sestini, no Aramis, no David Fevre, not starting for the second time in 5 races, still championship leader. He is one of our non-starters. That is such a shame. We will try and find out why. We were looking forward to him climbing through this field. So 11 starters officially. I counted 10 cars. Happy to say I'm wrong. Let's find out though. And the qualifying earlier, got to say it, Vincent Ogner was over a second clear of the rest of the field. That includes Chaboso in second and Inarma in the 144 Ferrari 296 Challenge. He was a further half a second down. So we might see big gaps at the front, okay, folks? Some absolutely beautiful machinery. And is that already through? Yes, my goodness me. Taking the lead from Vincent Ogner. Stefano Inarma is a little bit further back. That's the Vortex, isn't it? It says 44 on your screen, which... The Vortex has gone through too, the 23. What's happened here? Because it looked to me like Ogner got away okay, but the 23 is Pascal Chaboso, the Vortex in the UCS1 category. Let's just try and figure out, oh, is he going backwards? Wow, this is a real turn up for the books, folks. So Pascal Chaboso has done a number on Vincent Ogner, the Vortex over the KRT team, Vortex over Mercedes-AMG. And those 2 cars are pulling away. So the confusion there was the 44, which is Matthias Durand, on our screens, as you could see, was showing as our leader. He's on his outlap. So please forgive the confusion, folks, because he was one of the initial non-starters. And I can also say Roberto Sestini is also on his outlap, another of the non-starters. It should have been on the grid, though. Well, Matthias Durand would have been on the 6th row, because he did actually qualify with a time. Aramis and Sestini did not set times. Either way, Pascal Chabosa and Vincent Ogner, the rest of the field led by Ismail Akhmedchev for Graf Racing. And Ismail is another of the drivers this weekend, joining us for the first time at Sprint Cup this season. And Ogner was dominant in qualifying, again, over a second advantage, but that cough is going to haunt me all weekend, folks. But streaking away, Pascal Chabosa. Now, we've seen this actually, not just in Sprint Cup, but in Endurance Cup too. The Vortexes, their qualifying often doesn't match their race speed. It's sometimes flipped too. I've seen them qualify wonderfully and then not race particularly well. I think round number 1, particularly at Paul Ricard, qualified fantastically, but then overdone by the Porsches later on in the race. Of course, much longer racing in those circumstances. So this is the race for third place we are seeing. It involves Southern 9 Southern, started 4th on the grid, Ismail Akhmedchev, Graf Racing in the GTLM. Oh no, and there he is right there. Well, he was in the 4th for a moment, but no longer, sadly. And I hope that can get going again. But that is taking a big shunt on the front left. We'll have to get a replay of that. And that might be stranded, sadly. Which means Pascal Chabosa will continue. He might get pulled up by a safety car in a minute, is my fear, because that car is not in a safe position. Safety car confirmed. There was no question, really, was there? Had to happen. He's so far ahead as well. 7.5 seconds. And then a further 11 back to Akhmedchev. And that is going to become, this is not a virtual safety car, folks. This is an actual safety car. So that is going to come right back down to 0. I hope we have footage of that incident, because it was running nicely. There's Chabosa. Vincent Ogner will be very pleased to see him again, because he was getting smaller and smaller. And now he's normal car sized again, just like in front of his windscreen. It'll take a little while for the rest to come through. Such was their lead within not even 5 minutes of this race. That's a very poorly stranded Akhmedchev. I've got the hang of that surname now. My backup was just to say Ismail, first name. But we're all right. No sign of the rest of the pack. It will be Tanguy Fevre, 3rd in the championship. Yet to finish on the podium, but his consistency has got him a 5th, a 6th, a 4th, and a 4th, 2 4th places. Magny-Cours. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? So, David Febvre, non-starter, father of, by the way, Tanguy Febvre, who is running in third. And this finish, in fact, will, regardless, as long as Tanguy Febvre finishes this race inside the top 7, he will go second in the championship behind his dad. His dad is going to lead David, regardless, because he's already got a 20-point lead over Kran Reinhold, who is not racing this weekend. So will be a Febvre 1-2 in the championship if it stays like this. Ah, there is a rather sullen Akwadogjev. And that big green machine will pick up his car for the Graf Racing team, the 797. So this should hopefully be, they're going to go over the start-finish line, and remarkably, they have now just caught up. Yes, the last tailers are just coming through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've actually got 12, make it 11 on track now with the late starters. Which is what we want to see. Yeah, still a safety car, so I thought that green machine might have, the telehandler might have brought in the car, but that is it's a spare telehandler. Hopefully this is the last lap. It should be. We'll get a glimpse of Ismail's car in a second. What incredible elevation change at Mugello. There are some great examples from our camera angles. You do get to appreciate it. No better really than the start-finish straight. When you're at the end of the straight, the cars disappear before they come back up the hill. Drivers absolutely love it here. Love it. As I mentioned earlier, owned by Ferrari, been a great testing ground for many cars. Now, we have touched a lot on the overall leaders in the championship. The team championship is a tie at the top at the minute. All on 32 points. CKCT Sport, FI Competizione, and CMR. Getting their points in their respective classes. Best UTC team, SR&R, with 40, CMR on 32. And there's also the UCS1, the UCS2, and the UCS Light. Oh, in fact, there's a UCS3. Tanguy Febvre, is he still the only UCS3? Yes, he is. Right, come on, let's get some racing in. And there's one light car too. Right, the safety car will come in after the next corner, which is the big, long left-hander. Turn number 15, Bussine. Can be taken at apparently 115 kilometers an hour. Seems a bit sharp for that. But I'm just going by the facts. Oh, it's long, yeah. Long left-hander. On to the start-finish straight there. We've got a green flag. We're going to go racing once again, leading the way in the 23. Pascal Chaboseau for the Vortex team. Did Vincent Ogna, the KRT team. In the opening lap of our original start, we go racing again at Mugello. Race 1 for round 3 in the GT Sprint Cup. Chaboseau holds off Wagner into the first corner, ever so important. And as we saw about 10 minutes ago, will he just fly away? Built up a 7.5 second lead in the opening few laps. Left Wagner in his dust, despite qualifying over a second behind him. Racing third place, led by Tanguy Fevre, looking to go second overall in the championship with any kind of positive results here in race number 1 this afternoon. Well, not far from Florence in the Tuscan countryside. Our teammates in the SR&R team cars racing for 3rd and 4th. So 3rd, 4th and 5th. That is our 2 leaders, Chaboseau and Ogna. The Vortex and the Mercedes. And this seems a little bit closer than 10 minutes ago. Maybe Vincent Ogna has somehow found the source of his powers from qualifying. He's had his few warm-up laps in our original 10. Well, we had a 5-minute race to begin with. 5 minutes under the safety car. Whereas Pascal Chaboseau just playing his cards right. He knows from the opening few laps of this race he has got the speed over Vincent Ogna. And look at the gap already back to 3rd place. That's an example of the just disappear as they come up the start-finish straight towards turn number 1, San Donato. SR&R to move in to 3rd place with a 33 of Maurizio Fondi. Now, Fondi is one of only 5 cars to have completed all 6 races, 4 races so far, 2 this weekend to make it 6, but all 3 rounds. Not done particularly well, an 8th, a 7th, a 7th and a non-classified over the 4 races, so huge improvements to be made. That does drop the 2-1-2 of Tanguy Fevre back to 4th place. Would still be a great finish for him. Would put him into 2nd in the championship overall. Little look around the outside from the SR&R car. Just holding off, lovely. Using the asphalt well. And I imagine we'll be locked in on this race for the majority of the next 15 minutes because Pascal Chaboseau and Vincent Ogna are away. It's still close up top. They're just coming round to finish their 8th lap of the race. We'll probably get about, barring no more safety cars, somewhere close to 20 laps in, hopefully. No, less than that, 14, maybe 14, and a few slow under the safety. Over the line they go. Maurizio Fondi in 3rd place. Lars Schofield in 4th, teammate for an SR&R. There should have been 5 SR&R teams starting. And behind them, there's not too much racing going on. So for the time being, Tango Febvre down to 5th place between or behind the SR&R cars. The fastest sector one set by Vincent Ogner. We do need to have a little look at the race at the front, you know, because they are tight, which is a surprise considering in the opening 5 minutes, Shaboso put 7.5 seconds on the Mercedes car. That is not the story after the restart. And this is a great race between the teammates as well. Fondy and Schofield, they'll know each other ever so well. Schofield in the Ferrari 458 challenge. And Fondy in the 488. Just on the, you look at the grille at the front. Got the centerpiece on Fondy's car, Schofield hasn't. Centerpiece in the grille, just to clarify. So they're going to leave Febvre a little bit behind. And the Ferraris will go head to head. Just the slightest of gaps forming for Fondy. 3/4 of a second, thereabouts. And the Lamborghini Super Trofeo does seem to have the better straight line speed. Picked up time there as they finish the start-finish straight. And here's our leaders then. Pascal Chaboso in the Vortex. Vincent Ogner in the Mercedes-AMG GT3 for the KRT team. That's the reversal of how they started this race. Moving towards our last 10 minutes. And one race today, one race tomorrow afternoon. At the exact time for the race tomorrow, 12:40 local time. Now, if you may have been confused, because on the original start sheet for this weekend, hang on a second, I'll come back to that. Ogner up the inside of the left-hander. Oh, they get ever so close. This is towards the start-finish line. This is brilliant racing. Ogner momentarily retaking the lead. And Chaboso's pitting. Oh, he's got to have problems. There's no other reason. Oh, that's such a shame, because Ogner now, he's going to run away with this. There's no other car anywhere near him. So the Mercedes KRT of Vincent Ogner has just been handed, if he can complete 10 minutes of racing, which I'm sure he can. Win number 1 in weekend 3, round 3 of the GT Sprint Cup. His first weekend this year of the championship. And that is really stolen us of a wonderful finish. And, I mean, Pascal Chaboso's car didn't look to be running in particularly bad fashion at all. Yes, he was maybe 2 seconds a lap down on the opening stint before we got the safety car, because he made up 7.5 seconds, and they were very close. Maybe that is just a very sensible team call to say, look, something's not quite right. It's our first weekend, bring it home, and we'll have some fun tomorrow. But it denies us a lot of fun watching that. So, Vincent will be victorious, I imagine, in 8.5 minutes, because he's got 3 corners and about 20 seconds on every other car in the field. There's still a race behind. There is that race behind which we switched away from, which is Fondy and Schofield, the teammates in the SR&R team. The 2 Ferraris, the 488 and the 458 challenge. So they're still going hammer and tongs. Behind them, you've got Tanguy Fevre in the Lamborghini. So we're racing for podium places, most definitely. Vincent, you can just cruise this home, mate. Potentially 4 victory laps. But this is motorsport, folks. It's a quick view of the telehandler getting back into position after picking up Akhmadokjiev's car, which caused that first safety car. And a blue flag, get out the way, lap cars coming through. That's the situation we're in right now. Remember, of course, we had a few, well, of the 15 qualifiers, only 10 started. Then we had a few come out of the pits to join us, made it a dozen for a short while. Now back down to 11. And we didn't see, in fact, the incident. Clearly there was damage on the front left of Akhmadokjiev's car, but I don't think we caught it in footage. Maybe if we're lucky, it'll be on a replay somewhere. Maybe some shrewd cameraman got it in his peripheral and span. We will find out. Oh, hang on. The vortex is back out. I mean, good news for racing and tomorrow. That was probably far too long in the pits to come anything other than last in this race, I'd imagine. We'll wait and see when he crosses the start-finish line next, because he's going to be... You'll see it as I see it. I mean, is it just me, or was in there a few? He didn't come straight back out, did he? Because we'd have had him in picture. So he's going to come over the start-finish line in a moment. Did he just dip in and out again? Maybe there was something rubbing and they picked it straight off. And if that's the case, then great. He's in second, 35 seconds down. Okay, so, well, I spent so much time talking about what a shame this was, and it is still a shame, but nipped in, did something which we didn't see. I'm going to assume that there was just a bit of rubbing. He was losing about 2 seconds a lap. That is a bit of rubbing. There was no gravel. He hasn't been anywhere near gravel. Maybe, and I am speculating here, the incident with Akhmadokjiev was between he and Pascal Chabose. And I'm making this up as I go along, because I think it might be the case, because they were in the top 4. Although, just to play devil's advocate with myself and my thinking, I'm pretty sure Pascal Chabose was out in front at the time of that crash. I'm going to call it a crash. There was damage. Anyway, back to racing. After all that, Pascal Chabose is in second place, 35 seconds behind our leader. Vincent Ogner, unless something absolutely drastic happens, is still going to win this. Because there are 4 minutes remaining, plus a little bit. Third place is the 33 of Maurizio Fondi, then Tanguy Fevre in the 212. And you've got the 96 of Gregoire Benedet. So there has been some shuffling around. Ultimately, a bit of anticlimax after some great racing we were building up towards. All the drama that safety car brings, bunching them back together. There's still only 2 seconds between Maurizio Fondi and Tanguy Fevre. not sure what happened to Lyle Schofield, because he's now dropped 41 seconds behind our leaders. He was running in, he was fighting for third place with his teammate, wasn't he? Maurizio Fondi. And is he still going backwards, Lyle Schofield? I can't even see his tracker on the map. Oh dear, oh dear. Two and a half minutes to conclude our second and only race today. Bring you live with the English commentary. Loads more tomorrow. Of course, the big race tomorrow afternoon is the Renault GT Endurance Cup, 4-hour race for them. This is all round 3, by the way, of the Ultimate Cup Series weekend and championship. Also tomorrow, race 2 of the Ultimate GT Sprint Cup, this one, and race number 3 of the Ligier Formula Cup. Also got qualifying for both the Renault GT Endurance Cup, that's the first thing in the morning. Then after our pair of races at midday-ish, we got the European Endurance Prototype Cup qualifying. Their race is the headliner on Sunday. That is 9:45 local time that gets underway. The 4-hour race for them. There's Vincent Ogner, who after some early fun drama with Pascal Chaboso, kind of got taken away from him and us. Chaboso remains in second after a dive into the pits for the reason we do not know. Coming up on back marker, which is the 101. It's the car of Roberto Sestini. Not said his name much in this race for DNC Racing. Didn't set a time in qualifying, Sestini. And starting right. And, now one full lap more being done by Vincent Ogner. And just for a laugh, Ogner has just gone purple in sectors 1 and 2. As if he's concerned about the chasing Pascal Chaboso. So this will be our last lap. Next time the cross, it'll be on. And the KRT Racing team and the Mercedes AMG of Ogner will take our first win of the weekend. Just navigate a few more corners carefully. Half a lap to complete. First round of the championship, first win of the championship, 1 for 1 after qualifying on pole. Lap time 1:51.735, and they're lapping in about 1:53s, 54s our leaders. Everybody outside Pascal Chaboso and Vincent Ogner lapping outside 2:03s. So they are a good 7-8 seconds further up the track than anybody else per lap. It's quite significant. In qualifying, that was kind of the story. It was actually much closer than that. Stefano Inama was third in qualifying, but unfortunately he was one of our non-starters. Saw his empty grid place before we got underway. Wasn't the only one, there was a few. We see him tomorrow around about midday-ish, that race too. And here we are then, after a short story to begin the race, a 5-minute battle with Pascal Chaboso. And after the safety car, we saw Chaboso come into the pits, which meant Vincent Ogner could just toddle on round here at Mugello for another 8 laps to complete his first round and first win 2026 season. The Ultimate GT Sprint Cup. Congratulations, the KRT team. 1 for 1. Pascal Chavoso in the Vortex will come across next, led by 7.5 seconds before the safety car, and then his car just was never the same after that. Came into the pits whilst battling with our leader, but he felt clearly, or his team felt, it just wasn't worth it. So looking after the car, and fingers crossed we see the best of them tomorrow. 15 cars qualify, 12 race, 11 finish. And a fastest lap on the last lap of the race for Vincent Ogner. Just to rub the salt in, 1:52.335. He was getting quicker and quicker as Pascal was getting a little bit slower. We've not seen Tanguy Fevre across the line yet, but he should be picking up 3rd place. Maurizio Fondi in 4th. He does indeed. So the Lamborghini driver for CKCT Motorsport make it 1-2 in the championship. Father and son, David Fevre, no time in qualifying, didn't start the race, still retains the championship lead. 3 wins from the first 4 races on 48 points, he'll stay. And his son Tanguy, they just edge a little bit closer. Tanguy Fevre also takes the UCS 3 win. Maurizio Fondi, the Ferrari, he'll take 4th place. And the UTC UC win. So there's confirmation, a 45-second win in the end for our pole sitter, Vincent Ogner. Did not have it all his own way. To about 5 off the safety car, and it was smooth. Pascal Chavoso could have been a 1-2 battle for the entire 25 minutes. It wasn't, it was denied of us, but picks up 2nd for the Team Vortex. And Tanguy Fevre moves 2nd in the championship, 3rd in the race, first podium of the season. 1 minute behind our leader. 4th place was Mondi. In 5th, Gregoire Benedet. In 6th, it was Pierre Aru in the only Audi on the grid. Ferraris again for Lyle Schofield and Roberto Cestini in 7th and 8th. And our last finisher officially, Matthias Durand in the UCS4 and his Porsche on the grid. So there we go, folks, your top 3. All finished on the podium. Ogner, Chavoso, Fevre. We've got more coming tomorrow from MUGELLO Race 2 around about midday. Big race tomorrow, though, in the afternoon. It's the Kennel GT Endurance Cup. More action.